Well, we're heading up quickly to 10 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. The latest on the Clover Strike now. Well, it's been going on for 3 months already. It's seen a number of employees go unpaid for several months, no money at all. And sadly, also 2 people have been killed as the industrial action turned violent. The strike action began when Clover gave their employees notice that it would retrench several hundred workers and cut pay by 20%. Well, Union Minister Giwusa President the Labour Minister, meeting unions about this just last night. So what is the latest on the Clover workers' strike? Let's get the latest then from Giwusa President Mametlwa Sebei, just joining us this morning. Mametlwa, good morning to you. There's a very complicated story. There's negotiations and meetings taking place. We now know that the Labour Minister Giwusa President got involved as well. Were you happy with what came out of the meeting? What went on?
Yes, I think the meeting reflected a commitment to finding a solution to the situation at Clover. 3 things I can say came out of that meeting. One is that we extensively discussed the security situation, especially violence, but which violence we obviously as unions disagree that it was one-sided. We do think that workers have been subject to provocation, brutalization, a number of other acts that obviously precipitated some of these incidences that we regretted and that I think we have denounced ourselves. So in the final analysis, out of that meeting, the parties have then agreed, 1, to denounce violence on all sides. 2 is that to work together to de-escalate so that the strike remains peaceful and non-violent. 2, that we're going to be reviving the negotiations and accelerating them. To use the words of the minister, we will be looking ourselves in the room as of from today for the next coming, if not a day or 2, up until such time that we find solutions. 3, that the minister will be leading a department and a delegation of senior management and senior commissioners that will be deployed, in addition, of course, to a staff at DTI that have been trying to assist in finding solutions to this problem. So I'm quite confident that we should be able to find solutions.
Why? Why do you think it's going to be different now? Because the Labour Minister is involved. The discussions so far have been fairly unfruitful. You and I spoke about this before, wanting to meet with Clover management. You'd met with Clover management, hoping things would go the right way. That didn't come to anything. Why are you so optimistic it's going to be different this time round?
Firstly, because, insofar as we are concerned, right, there were 2, the most urgent issues, job losses. We are aware now that of the 824 workers that we were told were going to be losing their jobs at Deep are not going to be losing their jobs. That the company has again reaffirmed that they are willing to take back about close to 800 workers that were dismissed at the end of November. The issue that has been sticking in terms of issues that we think can give us a way forward is the issue of the wage cuts, that when these workers are going back, what wages will they be earning? Now, the company in the last discussion, they firstly offered 6 months, they were at 8 months, and our position remains very firm that, we are not going to agree to any wage cuts for the duration of the contract. And I think because the company, through a consumer council, which is a group of manufacturers to which Clover is affiliated, approached the minister, they are aware that our position on that is non-negotiable. And we think that, yesterday I think they were very constructive. And I think the spirit in the negotiations was, we need to find solutions. And I'm quite confident that we will be able to find solutions. As for us, obviously, the strike is continuing. Obviously, our members will be on the picket lines. But let's give the process a chance. And I do think that with the intervention of the Minister of Labour, we should be able to find each other.
And timeline, just speak to me quickly before I say goodbye to you, Mametlwa, as well. People have not been paid, employees have not been paid for months. They've gotten themselves into bad debt. They can't put food on the table. This is the reality of some Clover employees. How quickly are you demanding this gets done before I say goodbye to you?
So basically, we are going to resume negotiations this afternoon. Secondly, is that we have tried to isolate issues that can be part of the ongoing discussions, issues of factory closures and what do you do with those particular factories that are closing. What we have said is that no job losses, that is reinstatement of all the workers that had been dismissed and reinstated on the basis of the salaries that were earning. So if we get around those particular two issues, then I think the strike, or we may consider whether we proceed with strike or not, and whilst we're negotiating the remainder of the issue. So I do think we are not as far apart from each other. I do think that we should be able to find an amicable solution to that. And my sense is that Clover understand we will simply not move on the question of wage cuts.
And we look forward to hearing what comes out of this. We know the negotiations and the meetings ongoing. My thanks to this morning Giwusa President Mametlwa Sebei joining us here on the South African Morning.